This one's going to be a fun one here. Key in the run position. Customer states that the car is going crazy. Yeah, it's possessed. The seat's just going back and forth. Windshield, windshield wipers won't turn off. That alarm system's not on this car. Somebody else has got a problem. Now, trying to see if I can read the codes on it. See if it'll find it. There it goes. This is a, what is this thing? Hell, I don't remember. Goddamn, but I don't remember. What is this thing? It's a, oh, Jeep. Jeep Liberty. Shows you where my brain is. Working on a Arcadia too, so Jeep. $87.92. I didn't even look. Huh. $87.92. Okay. I learned a long time ago. Be sure to check the VIN number. You'll go down a rabbit hole quick. 08 Liberty KK. We're gonna say yeah. We don't know. I don't know. So what's going on? We can't turn it off. Let's just let it self-scan and see what we can find. Watch it be no codes. But we know where to go first if it's not. Because that network obviously has problems. 7 faults in the central gateway. No doubt U codes, I'm sure. 1 in the wireless control module. Memory seat. Yeah. Multiple codes. All right. Let's see what kind of. Do we have some U codes here? Come on. U. Yeah. So I'm not even going to read them off because we knew that was coming. U. Anything other than a U? Nope. I don't see anything other than U codes. And that, oh, there's one. Oh, C151D, tire pressure sensor. Yeah, okay. But everything else is a U code. All right. So I'll be back. The shop owner will let me bring it inside. So on the dash, all the lights are on. If you can see it, my light, I don't know why the light's on. Anyway. The no bus is on down there on the screen. So I've already got the wiring diagram, and I'm gonna go ahead and check and see if we can get into the tipping, because that's where I'm suspecting it. Hey there, amigo. I want to put this clip in here. I'm setting up for the next scene. This video, it was so long. It stretched over the end of the day. The shop closed. It went into the next day. So it was so long in editing, I wanted to put this in here to shorten it up. But what I wanted to do was summarize basically how and why we went down that path. And to point out that, you know, a lot of people say you need all the fancy equipment to diagnose something. Seriously, this one was a good scan tool. You saw where I scanned it and had all the U codes. And so with that, and the shop owner thought the same thing. Normally on these Jeeps and that stuff, it's normally to tip them, and that's what I thought first. I thought it was to tip them too, but it didn't turn out that way. And really, the rest of it was done with a multimeter and a good wiring diagram in the old noggin. So that's really all it took. And you'll see in the video the clues that led me down the path to the findings. So, and that's the reason for this, is just to point out that, because there's, in editing, there's so much cut out of it, but wanted to keep the important things in there. So if you stick around to the end, we'll talk about it again, but let me try to keep this as brief as possible. Okay, for now, I am going to rule out the TIPM, because on the interior bus, I have communication with the passenger door module. The memory seat module, so I have them, and the memory seat module goes out to the next page. Use this here, and now the first break off is to the sunroof module. And looking at the sunroof module, I don't know where it's at up in there. I'm sure it's in there somewhere, but I'm looking at the stains here. I'm wondering if water got in there. It's kind of looking like it, running all the way back, so I'm assuming that's water damage. Top is coming down, so I don't know which way is quicker to go first. Should I go over into the cluster because the HVAC is offline and the radio? All right, due to all the water stains in here and the fact that I marked off my modules here, don't know if I showed it earlier, but obviously the TIPM is working if everything here is working. And the interior bus had the issue, and I had communication with the passenger door. I'm pointing over there to the passenger door. The memory seat, the module's right down here, and I checked the voltages over there. I had 2.5. I didn't have, it's somewhere between 2.3 and 2.7, I think, it's supposed to be on the, what was it, the top wire is the white with gray. I didn't have it there. And the next thing it goes to is, it comes through here, and the first split off is our sunroof module. And back up here from the other side, I can communicate with the amplifier, but not the radio. And this leg right here is all dead. So I went to this one first, obvious, because I could see water damage, and water spilled on the console, and it was spilling everywhere once we was taking the plastic off, because the owner and I thought, that's a mistake, the module on this vehicle does not live under here. I got to put this back together, but it actually lives back there in the back. Okay, you can see all the water damage. That's the rear where I unplugged the sunroof module. I assume now the park assist and the hands-free and all that are behind that panel right there. All right, we're getting this loose, and I don't know if you can see the water like I can. It's dripping all over the place. So yeah, back here where all the good stuff lives. Get the rest of this out and see what I can find. All right, I've narrowed down my problem to this connector. These right here, the white and orange, white and gray, white and orange, white and gray, 4 wires through there. You can see the windshield wipers are going. So when I push it all the way in, clip it. There, now the windshield wipers stop. Everything's back online. And you see, take it apart again. Takes 2 hands to get this sucker loose. There we go. All right, now the windshield wipers back on. Green crusties in there. Green crusties right there. But that's, and it's still wet. We cleaned out as much water as we can, but still wet. All right, and I'm gonna squeeze it closed. As soon as I squeeze it closed, it goes back to normal. Shop owner's option was to solder them. So here's the TS100, getting her done. Not the way I prefer to do it, but that's what the shop owner wanted. So. Is everything back to normal now? Windshield wipers work. Stereo works. AC works. Windows work. Alright, everything's back. Alright, so the panel's back together. It's all good. Go back up front and get the visors and everything back on. And we'll be back in business. Got it all tore apart. All unnecessary. Alright, so there you have it. It wasn't to tip them. Straight out water intrusion and lots of it. So when I say that it's not the way I would do it, is because of the heat indexes being 106 to 108 all week. I've been driving the E250 all week, and just so I can have air conditioning. And if you notice in some of the background things in the video, you saw the Stanley Fat Max in there. So I've been using that quite often now. I just take one box with me, which pretty much has everything I need in it. And I don't carry, in this truck, I carry all my weather pack stuff, so I can do the pins on the weather packs when I put new connectors. Rather than cut it, I put a weather pack connector on it. So that's why I say that's not the way I would do it, but the shop owner wanted me to clip them wires from it and solder them, and then once I put, because I have the heat shrink that's on it, but he wanted an extra layer of electrical tape on top of it, and he was actually sealing up the sunroof when I left. So and he was doing it with some kind of sealant, because the owner of the vehicle knew that that sunroof had problems, because when we thought the module was in the front, we were taking that part down and it was already unplugged, and so they knew there were problems with it. So yeah, and that's why I say I cut this video down. I just want to make it useful. People talk about having them fancy tools. Well, like I said, seriously, it took the wiring diagram really, and following the clues and using the old noggin. So it worked out pretty good. So if this helps you, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one, amigos.